What's up, guys? Alright, so today what we're gonna be doing is this is actually the last lesson for this chapter, and as you can tell, this chapter was about, like verbs in the past, like, preterite and the imperfect. And today is the last lesson for this chapter, and tomorrow we're gonna be moving on. Tomorrow we're gonna be moving on to the next chapter. What is the next chapter? I'm not going to tell you guys. You guys will know tomorrow. But before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know I recently got new earrings. Here they are right here. Bam, here's the left. Here's the right. I'm not sure if that was left or right, but they're pretty sick, huh? Yeah, I totally agree. Anyway, so today we're going to be learning about the verb gustar in the preterite and the imperfect tense. So the verb gustar is kind of weird. It's an AR verb and it means to like, but it's also kind of like an expression at the same time. It's weird. It's kind of weird. If you guys don't get it, don't worry. I'm here to guide you through. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Here we go. Okay, so if you don't know the conjugations for gustar already, I mean, you probably should know, because I went over this in Spanish 1 with you guys. But in case you forgot, here are the conjugations: me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, and les gusta. Those are the singular ones. Now here are the plural: me gustan, te gustan, le gustan, nos gustan, and les gustan. So here's the rules for gustar. So if you want to say I like, what do? You take the verb gustar. Instead of dropping the AR, you drop the R this time. You drop the R, and that's it. That's your conjugation. Me gusta. And it's the same thing for the other ones. Me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, les gusta. So that's singular. But if you want to make it plural, this is what you do. So you have the verb gustar again, right? You drop the R. But if it's plural, you add an N to it. Me gustan, te gustan, le gustan, nos gustan, les gustan. So those are the conjugations. Those are the conjugations in the present tense, like the regular conjugations for the verb gustar. Just remember, you have the verb gustar, right? If it's singular, drop the R. If it's plural, drop the R, add an N to it. That's pretty much what you have to remember for the conjugations. But now remember this. If the verb gustar comes right before a verb, like for example, me gusta dormir, I like to sleep. If that action, what you're doing... Oh, wait, no, actually, that's a bad example. Me gustan... Oh, my God. Hold on. All right, here's a better example. Sorry, that one was a bad example. So if I were to say, nos gustan dormir, we like to sleep. That may sound right? Wrong. You're probably wondering, Charlie, how is it wrong? It's plural. Nos gustan dormir. How is that wrong? Well, I'm about to tell you something that will literally blow your mind in case you didn't know this. If the verb gustar comes before a different verb, like that example I just gave you, nos gustan dormir, even though it's plural, instead of it being nos gustan dormir, it's actually nos gusta dormir. So instead of it being nos gusta, It's nos gusta dormir. I know it's weird, and I know it can mix you guys up sometimes, but that's the rule. If the verb gustar comes before a verb, it's singular. No matter if it's plural or what, it's always gonna be gusta and not gustan. So that's the present. That's the present. Those are the regular conjugations. Now, let's get into the main point of today's video. Let's get into the preterite forms. Alright, preterite singular and preterite plural. Alright, so here are the preterite singular. Okay, so me gusto, te gusto, le gusto, nos gusto, les gusto. Here are the plural. Me gustaron, te gustaron, le gustaron, nos gustaron, les gustaron. So just remember this. In the preterite, if it's singular, it's me gusto, te gusto, le gusto, nos gusto, les gusto. If it's preterite in the plural, it's me gustaron, te gustaron, le gustaron, nos gustaron, and les gustaron. That's the preterite, okay? That's the preterite. Now, let's move on to the imperfect. Okay. Here's the imperfect in the singular form. Me gustaba, te gustaba, le gustaba, nos gustaba, les gustaba. Here they are in the plural form. Me gustaban, te gustaban, le gustaban, nos gustaban, les gustaban. So just remember, in the imperfect, if it's singular, me gustaba, te gustaba, le gustaba, nos gustaba, les gustaba. If it's plural in the imperfect, it's me gustaban, te gustaban, le gustaban, nos gustaban, les gustaban. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it about today's lesson, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. You might think that the only verb is gustar, right? Well, what if I told you this? There are other verbs that work the exact same way as gustar does. We like to call those the family verbs. The verb gustar and its family. The family verbs are verbs that are similar to the verb gustar and work in the exact same way. Sadly, I don't have the list with me right now. If I did, I would teach it in this lesson, but I'm gonna have to teach it. But I'm gonna have to show you guys the list tomorrow. But don't worry, because these two separate videos are going into one lesson. So technically, this is not the end of the lesson. But until I get the list tomorrow, this is all I have to show for you guys. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. Peace out. Alright guys, so after hours of searching, I managed to find a list of the gustar family verbs. And these are some examples, but at the end there's going to be a crazy amount of verbs. So let me read these examples to you. Encantar, gustar, molestar, quedar, sobrar, importar, aburrir, preocupar, faltar, atraer, convenir, parecer, doler, and picar. Alright, so those are just examples of other verbs in the gustar family, but are you ready for this? We got some more gustar verbs over here. They're right here. 100 plus more Spanish verbs like gustar. Aside from the examples above, there are tons of other Spanish words that follow the same conjugation rules as gustar. Most of them are related to emotions and preferences. So I'm not going to say the verb because, these verbs are way too hard for me to pronounce. But thank God they have this little speaker here so they can say it for you. So I'm going to press that for each one of these.
Agobiar. Agotar. Agradar. Alegrar. Aliviar. Alterar. Alucinar. Amargar. Angustiar. Apetecer. Asombrar. Asquear. Apasionar. Asustar. Atormentar. Aterrar. Aturdir. Avergonzar. Bastar. Cabrear. Caer. Calmar. Cansar. Cautivar. Complacer. Conmocionar. Conmover. Consolar. Contentar. Dar miedo. Dar pena. Dar vergüenza. Deleitar. Desagradar. Desalentar. Desconcertar. Desesperar. Desilusionar. Divertir. Embelesar. Embriagar. Emocionar. Empalagar. Enamorar. Encantar.
Which we just went over in the examples.
Enfadar. Enfurecer. Enorgullecer. Entristecer. Entusiasmar. Enojar. Envalentonar. Escandalizar. Estremecer. Estresar. Exasperar. Extrañar. Fascinar. Fastidiar. Fatigar. Halagar. Horrorizar. Impactar. Impresionar. Incomodar. Indignar. Inquietar. Inspirar. Interesar. Intrigar. Irritar. Maravillar. Marear. Mortificar. Obsesionar. Ofender. Perjudicar. Perturbar. Provocar. Reconfortar. Repugnar. Satisfacer. Sorprender. Sosegar. Tentar.
Alright guys, well there you have it. Those are all the verbs that are like gustar, the examples that I showed you, and all these verbs, all these right here. Yes, I know it's a lot, and I don't expect you guys to remember them all, but it's also good to learn them. So let me know if I missed any. So if I did miss any verbs that are like gustar, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next Spanish lesson, which is tomorrow. And tomorrow is a cultural lesson, so get ready. So, yup, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, later. Peace out.